I Guess the Mistakes Audio Media Production here at the Namm Show 2025 at the Quagliardi booth with Thomas in person and with Mercato store here to know more about the news about Quagliardi, of course. I know that you have some sort of cage, some sort of
case, the chassis.
The chassis
and also 500 series.
500 series chassis, and also new preamps that you are showing here.
Yes, of course. Yeah, our catalog started with the 500 series modules at first. Now at the Namm Show we are launching all the Power Grid series, which consists on a 2-slot chassis. It's a portable version because you can go with the tiny power supply, whatever you want to record.
Yes.
There's a 2-slot 19-inch rack called the Power Grid Duo, which is also 2-slot but horizontal. And then we have the 10-slot version.
10 slots?
Yeah, called the Power Grid 10. And it's a super powerful, it's a super complete unit that allows you to connect to the modules via XLR, TRS, DV25, and use them in parallel. If you want to go from the preamp to 2 sources, you can do it.
Okay.
Because it splits the signal in 3 ways: XLR, TRS, and DV25.
Okay. Okay. We can focus now more on the preamp section.
Yes. Here you can see the 501 Plus preamp, which is a fast, transparent preamp that can go from super clean to highly distorted, but with a curious and super useful distortion, because it's not that kind of distortion that destroys the audio. It's a distortion that adds texture to it. So this is the preamp. It has 20 dB pad, it has polarity flip, it has phantom power, it has the X-Rail function that it's also included in our compressors. That basically what it does is to change the coil relationship of the transformer. So it not only changes the input impedance of the gear, but also cleans up the harmonic distortion. It creates a new layer of cleaning, of clean audio. We've measured 0.001% total harmonic distortion using this function, so it's awesome. And here you have the FET compressor, the 576 FET compressor, which is basically a classic FET compressor like the 1176, but with a hybrid topology that adds some new features to it, like mix for parallel compression. It adds also sidechain filters in case you want to let's say, the kick drum to cut through the mix, but still compressing the overheads. You can do it with this because you are erasing the kick from the detector, so the compressor doesn't detect the kick on the drum bus. It's cool. It's super useful. It has the boom feature with that consists on expansor. So the compressor usually compresses the audio that is above the threshold. With the boom feature, what you do is also expand the audio which is below the threshold. Yeah, so you crash the dynamics, but it's useful because when you start compressing in parallel, blending it with the right signal, you get the peaks from the dry signal, but you still get all this boomy effect that the boom creates. It's super nice.
It's a really creative compressor.
Yeah. So apart from the 500 series modules, we introduced the 1002 Plus preamp, which is basically 501 times 2, which is basically a 19-inch preamp, stereo preamp.
Okay.
It's basically 2 of these, but the price point is beneficial for the client because instead of paying 2 preamps plus a chassis, the price of the R1002, it's the same as 2 of these without the chassis. So it's like we are giving the chassis for free. It's $1,400 for the stereo preamp. And also we have this stereo bundle of compressors that consists on the Power Duo, and 2 Fed compressors, also $1,400. The price point of the 10-slot chassis is $899.
Okay.
It's cheaper than our competitors, and it's more complete in terms of connectivity. So in my opinion, it's the best chassis in the market. So that's basically what you're seeing here.
Great.
Yeah, Thomas,
Amazing.
thank you so
very
much. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tommy.